This is Dee with Divine Needle, and it is Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2021. I'm still super reflective again this morning, and I don't quite get why. I know I've been picking up on others' energies. Hmm. Okay. Can't stop the feeling, so we'll go with it. This is the energy for the coming week that I do on Wednesdays. And normally I take a lot of cards, but today we're just doing this deck and the reading. So I think a lot of people are in hermit mode, deep reflection time, the deep diver time. I think perhaps because a lot of people are changing their current path, and it requires that time of reflection, contemplation. Okay, so let's get into it. And I want to dedicate this reading to whom yesterday's reading profoundly affected, I'm sure. And I dedicate this to him and his mother. Because I know the reading I did yesterday was definitely about him. Many others on the planet, I'm sure, but they wanted me to find him for whatever reason. And I did. And once I did, yeah. Anyway, so I'm dedicating this reading today and yesterday's reading. All right. So here we go. This is for the upcoming week. For those of you down here on missions, we don't fully understand where we're being led or why. Kind of the moon card, right? Or how our paths are being affected by one another, but we're all feeling our way through the dark. Yeah, including me. For this week coming up, for everybody down here on missions, we meet everybody for a reason. One thing I've learned about the synchronicities and coincidences, yeah, they're meant. They're not really coincidences. They are synchronicities, and they are the breadcrumb trail. And everybody we meet, everybody, even the fleeting person that you look over in the next car at, and the expression on their face, everything means something. And I mean everything. Just look for the signs. All right. Super reflective. Holy cow. Yeah, holy cow. If you guys knew who the holy cow was, you've been doing your homework. And the bull of heaven. All right, you guys, cut it out. The kittery cattery. The boys playing with each other. Uh, all right. All right. I knew that it wasn't going to be a lot. But what it is big. Healing the heart. You know, based on the reading I got yesterday, I didn't come straight out and say it, but when you have that combination of cards, you know that others are losing. People close to their hearts. When you have the Reaper card, the Three of Swords, and the Four of Swords, and both the big cycle cards, the World card and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. And it directly impacted those that I know. And for others, it was just simply transformation energy. But for many, this is that time of the year that many exit. My father exited in January, February seems to be the time. And which is a harsh time, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, especially in the northern part of the northern hemisphere. Can be a very rough time to have that happen. It is no matter where it happens, but in the cold days of winter, sometimes it just has an extra sting somehow. But healing the heart after the loss, right? All right. So we'll put that there. Healing the heart. I know sometimes it, in the middle of our grief, it's easy to forget that what they've taught us to be a time of loss and mourning and fear should actually be a time of celebration because it's a rebirth. I just hope the reminder of that and the fact that they're not really gone helps those of you that are experiencing that loss. All right. Here we go. This coming week, for those down here on missions, what is the overall energy this coming week? Okay. Empress card, very nice. Creative abundance. Mothering energy. So this could be the theme, the mother. What's our highest priority? What is our highest priority? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It was really weird because I actually had some intrepidation because I was so reflective going into this reading. I have two major arcana, the Fool card, one of the three of this deck, the Rogue and the Tower. Okie dokie. I'm going to scoot everything this way a little bit. Man, I'm picking up on that energy. And it is heart chakra. Wowza. All right. I just heard Venus. And I'm looking down and I'm looking at Venus. And about the stellium going on in Aquarius with all the planets there to greet the mother, Venus. Everything means something. All right. What do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for this coming week? What do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for this coming week? Interesting how that came in sideways and knocked the Fool card off its location. I always take note of things like that. The Blind Seer, the Archangel of Mysteries, that is the Earth Goddess. That is the Empress Venus incarnate and the Demon. Major Arcana in all the slots. Wow. Okay. We'll just put these, I'm going to move this card kind of here and do these right here. Wow. Okay. Let's take a peeky at the underlying energy. The underlying is Ten of Scepters, unduly carrying the burden of others, and the test that we go. Is this a divine trial or divine assistance? What we're going through right now. Man, I feel that energy, and I can't even begin to describe it. Yesterday it was pretty intense, but today it's more intense. More solidified, more Earthbound 3D holodeck. The Burdened One. Card of Aquarius, Archangel Commander, the King of Swords, Angel of Storms and Battles. So this underlying energy was part of yesterday's reading, Hollow Void. Yeah. Stronghold of the Veil, Sacred Fire. You saw me shuffle, and yet those cards are still intact, even with all the shuffling. All right, so they want me to remind you guys what they're telling us here is this is Aquarius. And we have, wow. Trying to fill that hollow void, right? Healing our heart. Unduly carrying the burden of others. But the divine trial or divine assistance, know that they are always watching. Always watching. It's interesting because Venus here and the demon over here, the and the Archangel of Mysteries, that is the Earth Goddess, that is the Goddess incarnate. All right. Wow. something interesting because Venus just got done going through Capricorn, right? And on the 28th, while she was still in Capricorn, on the full Leo moon, I did a ritual that set everybody free. Yes, the lady in white whom plays chess. And it was checkmate. This one offered me a deal to release angels from cages, and I didn't take the deal. But I made an offer in return. That offer was love. Wow. All right. An intense reading. Very intense. The planets in Aquarius right now are one of the most important things going on. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on with the planetary, remember you are in a matrix, aka the holodeck, aka the machine at work. If you watch the planetary movements, as above, so below, as within, so without, then you're missing out on the big picture. And I'm still trying to make heads or tails out of a lot of it, but I'm picking up the clues that they're dropping. Sometimes I miss them, like big ones, such as two suns in the sky. I did pay enough attention to take pictures of that, but I didn't know what it meant until a couple of days later. And I was like, oh, that's why. Yeah, because it was about him. Anyway, so we know that this is divine trial or divine assistance going on. Let's talk about the creativity, abundant mother energy that is going to be, and I'm just going to leave it in place right here. The Empress, key 3, Gloria Mundi, Orania's gate. It's interesting because my spirit animals are the doe and the dragonfly. Key 3, the Empress. Oh, and there's my husband. The gorgeous Nell. Baby cake. Good morning. Sorry for the noise, everyone. Go away now. Teasing. But not teasing. Teasing, but not teasing. All right. Here we go. The Empress appears to those who are on the verge of producing a work worthy admiration. The magic of the Empress transforms your hopes into reality. A divinity of universal love is present in your life path. And the Empress appearing to you is the affirmation you need for acknowledging that presence. Gloria Mundi is the muse for poets, writers, artists, musicians. The Empress also embodies the spirit of rhetoric. She wields the art of persuasion. Definitely some magic in the air. Our highest priority, taking that leap of faith. What's interesting is they use these very cards with the snake to let me know what I was supposed to do on the 28th. I had the politics card, which has a big snake on it that day. A day or so before, I don't know, I'd have to look back through the readings, but they told me from my eyes only. And they gave me the politics with the snake, and they gave me this card with the snake. And they were pointing at Apophis, Apep, the adversary, Quetzalcoatl, Adonai's twin, the two suns in the sky. Yeah. And here we are again with some sort of tower dealing with that. Mischief personified. Okay, the initiate, key 0. The initiate personifies a return to spring, starting a new cycle of growth. Ab incunablis, from cradle to grave, ab eternia, since the beginning. New undertakings, and what path should be chosen. Then we have the rogue. 7 of Swords, mischief personified, or just being clever. Depends on your situation. The rogue is mischief personified. Here we see the story of Loki cutting off Sif's beautiful golden locks of hair while she slept. Sif is the Norse goddess of earth, plenitude, and the grains, affinity, fertility, family, marriage, mother of might and magnificence. She was also a seer. The mind, the thought plane, and the intellect are the weakening barriers to materialize success. The 7 of Swords denotes an unstable mind and unstable efforts. The rogue is the spirit of cunning and scheming. We see compromised integrity. Yet the rogue is also the personification of one who is misunderstood. He's misunderstood. That's what they're telling me. Apophis. He is misunderstood. That's why we did the ritual we did on the 28th. So when this spirit appears to you, you are the rogue in pursuit of an undertaking that diverges from the mainstream. You may get blowback for it, and yet take heart that the toad on the lily pad is symbolic of a rainmaker, an omen of ambition that begets plenitude, while the snail calls in the grace of the eminence, the blessings of the 9 of orbs. A little bit of roguish behavior is called for if you seek to achieve your goal. You're being challenged to confront an ethical dilemma. Will you choose to follow the rules or will you break them? An ethical dilemma. But I think it's about someone who's misunderstood. The snake. Apophis, Apep. Adonai's brother. Twin brother. Wow. And the tower, key 16. This is the spirit of disappointment when you feel what you have worked hard for is not propelling you toward the higher ground you desire. The spirit of the tower appears when the message you need to hear is this: change your direction. Before the physical construction of your great work can manifest, you must build a solid inner foundation. Focus on that inner foundation, healing your heart. And then when the conditions are ripe, the physical construction of your great work will manifest. This is the moment your material and spiritual worlds collide. The spirit of the tower appears to you now in an effort to guide you through the challenge of dismantling your own preconceived notions. A talisman is given to you, a battle axe, which you must wield to remove the obstacles in your way. Heed these teachings. There can be joy and sorrow and stability and change. Lux mentis, lux orbis, light of the mind, light of the world. This can also be an omen of armed conflict. That's not good. What to be mindful of, prepare for. The blind seer. The blind seer. Two of Swords. The blind seer helps us navigate the stalemate between the ego and the self. The twin swords or twin paths form the cross that you bear. You have yet to attain the realization you need to make an intelligent, reasoned decision, so take the time to look inward, arrive at an inner peace, and restore a sense of calm before you proceed any further. Yeah, restoring a sense of calm and healing our hearts. The Fool card, picking that path and having to do so without your eyes, but with your intuition, your third eye. Archangel of Mysteries, this is the King of Earth. And yes, it's a female. Angel who illuminates the shadow. The King of Orbs is the Archangel of Mysteries. Another one of her many names is the Archangel of Revelations. Wow. Everything means something. I was looking at the song Kashmir by Led Zeppelin and talking about the four winds, right? That's in the book of Revelation, and this is the Angel of Revelations, the Holy Spirit incarnate. Whew! Everything means something. She is a beneficent guide connected to the underworld, one authorized to act as an intermediary and mediator between the angelic realm still subservient to the divine and the realm of the fallen angels. Indeed. She can also transverse through all the lower realms to guide lost souls. Part of my mission. The Archangel of Mysteries appears now because these qualities and powers of protection of hers are needed by you. The King of Orbs illuminates the darkness for you, who are about to traverse the realms of shadow. You are about to uncover great mysteries. This is the Archangel who protects you against all forms of darkness along your initiatory path of discovery. The King of Orbs is a great provider. You too are a great provider to others. With her lantern, the Archangel of Mysteries illuminates crossroads. That crossroad. She is a great master of spells and incantations. The ears of corn symbolize the seeds of spiritual enlightenment. Through the erudite study of esoteric practices, you manifest your material abundance through spiritual abundance. Interesting. The book of Revelations. The Holy Spirit comes down to tell everybody the truth. But is anybody listening? Good question. Key 15, the demon battling the typhon. This is Apep, Apothis. Key 15, Major Arcana. You know you've begun the final prong of your spiritual journey when you're thrust into a battle with the typhon. This is the mental and emotional chains of bondage you must break. To break those chains, you must see clearly that those chains have always been an illusion. The demon is the primordial spirit of harm, and most often than not, self-harm. This is self-sabotage. The demon is the personification of interferences that undermine our pursuit of our aspirations or the advancement of our knowledge and wisdom. The demon is that which holds us back. When the demon appears, you are letting forces of harm inhibit your progress. You have been surrendering your self-control. The demon is thus trying to alert you to manipulation, abuse, deception, or undue influences that are causing you sabotage in the long term. When the demon appears, an usurper lurks nearby. Well, when you're working with the spiritual of the holodeck, there's lots of usurpers lurking nearby. That's always a given. Picking a path, but don't let your inner demons or APAP ruin it for you. Inner demons usually are fear, because that is usually what most people suffer from. What it boils down to, the bottom line. The fear of the unknown, or fear of being wrong, I just heard. The fear of being wrong. All right. So, that's for this week coming up. Looks like an intense week for many of us. But there are great mysteries to uncover, and I'm in the process of that myself, working with the four winds, the world card, angel of the north, south, east, and west. All on the breadcrumb trail. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday and a good week coming forward. I know it's difficult for many of you. Very aware of that, and so are the archangels. They're very aware of what's going on. They are definitely watching. So, hope that gives some sense of calming. Anyway, remember who loves you more than anyone. The goddess. Have a good week.